Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on our single player survival Minecraft world. Today we are going to be building in this area around here. We're going to be starting off our next 20 episode goal thing that we have. And I think it's about time that we do that because we haven't done anything to it in 2 episodes. We haven't done any building or anything. And today I think we could probably get to a little bit of building. But mainly, the first thing I want to do at least is I want to get this area sort of semi-planned out, you know, not completely, but at least have some sort of idea of what we're going to be doing here. So that's why I've got us our trusty oak wood blocks, because they will be quite useful, and I'm going to just kind of lay out where I think certain buildings will go. And let me know, by the way, throughout this whole process, if you guys get an idea, pop it down in the comment section right then and there. Let me know what your idea is before you forget it. Because I've got a few ideas for these buildings. I've actually got quite a few kind of different ideas that I haven't seen suggested in the comments, which we might even do. Aside from that, also, there's quite a few cool comment ideas, which I'm planning on doing. I've actually got one for the other side of the city, which I thought was really, really great and very creative. So I thought that would be kind of cool, but that's not for today. That's for another day. So what I'm thinking is that we can kind of just start off by looking at what we want on this side here. Let's get this out, and we will fly off, because I think this could work. Alright, this should be good. Alright, so I just want to get on top of this mountain. That's alright, we'll get there. Perfect. So, this one, sorry. What I was saying. This area here is the area we're just looking at. And I'm thinking we'll probably have another building over here. And I want this to have sort of a higher point as well, because there's nothing really too high around there. And I think just having another tallish building there, with a few smaller buildings and maybe another tall one over here somewhere, just to kind of break up this front piece, because I really don't want it to be too boring, I guess. So let's just go here, like too flat. So let's just drop down, and I'll show you from a lower angle what I mean. So you see how, like, it's all relatively the same height, like pretty much the same height here. I just want to make sure that certain things pop out and break this up a bit more. So that's what I'm thinking, at least, while I'm doing this. Oh, no, hit me. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to walk this. So, let's quickly get started on this. Now, a few ideas that I've had for these things have been, for instance, I thought some ideas, maybe not here, but it's just an idea that I haven't thought about, was some more like public utilities, I guess you could call them. Like, for instance, like a police station. I mean, that's not one that we actually need to build, but something along those lines. I was thinking a fire station could actually be appropriate, I think, for what we want in the city. I mean, everything's made out of wood, so really, one day we might even have the issue of needing someone to help us put out a fire. So that's actually a pretty real deal thing for this city. And I kind of think, just in general, we'll just put a few more buildings, or maybe even houses around here. So I'm just going to kind of go up here, and I'm going to just mark off just like stock standard 5 or 7 or whatever block we use. And what do we normally use? 7, don't we? I think that's actually a little bit too close. Maybe over there. And I'm just going to kind of do this, make a few buildings, and just sort of create a little bit of an idea of what we're going with. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we might just do 5 between. Oh, that one's 7. But yeah, we might just do this and just see what comes out. So I'll go around, I'll place these, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I have pretty much finished off the main planning for this whole area here. Now, it actually took me a little bit longer than I expected, but I think it'll all be worth it in the end. So this is the total length of what we've got here, and I know it doesn't look like much now, but it's just planning stuff. It's not anything to do with what it's actually going to look like. So basically, I've thought of what a shape could look nice in certain places, and just kind of seen how it might turn out. So we'll still be doing stuff. Don't worry. This isn't the final thing. Let me just check. Where's the entrance? Okay, this one. Let's just quickly walk here. So right here, we've got something which I'm not too sure what we're going to put here, but it's probably going to be. It's going to have to be small, I guess. And it's a little bit of a shop thing like that. Around this way, I've got the entrance for this building with a kind of squiggle, and the whole reason I've built these all at once now is I want to try something a little bit different to what I normally do, and that is building buildings with the idea of the next building next to it completely, if you get what I mean. So these ones here, they've all got this gap, which I actually quite like, this little bit of a gap thing, but I really wish that they were all built on top of each other, like next to each other, you know what I mean? So we've all got these gaps here, but like, I don't mind them. But I think we can also give this other thing a try, kind of like what we did here, where we've got all these buildings touching together, and it kind of gives it like this cool little feel of it all being one building, but really, it's like a different room, different building, you know what I mean? Like, they all kind of just come together, and that's what we want. Like, that's just what's going through my head. So, we'll go back here, and I'll explain to you what exactly I have thought of when I was doing it. So, putting all these blocks together means that it's one building. You can see when all these are touching, it's one building. There's a little bit of a gap. That's where we're going to separate these two buildings. So I've kind of just gone ahead and put these things in like that. And I think some of these are going to be houses. Some of them aren't. But what we're doing here, as you can see, that's going to be an entrance. It's going to come around here and go around this way. And over here, this is kind of an odd shape, but I don't know what we can do. But I think it'll be all right. We'll figure something out. And I have left actually a path over here, just as a little alleyway to kind of give it a little something. Along on the other side here, when we are finished here, I'm guessing we're probably going to go and make this a nice looking garden and kind of put a tree here or something along those lines just to finish it off a little bit better. Now, the first things first, alright? I think we are best off just kind of getting started with one of these buildings, and I assume getting started with this one will probably be the best thing to do. And I'm thinking I'm just going to kind of build this building as it comes, you know what I mean? As I feel like a good building would be, I think this will be a good building. So maybe we can just kind of take this episode and build a generic building on what I kind of do in terms of building, because I actually get asked quite a bit, very often, how do I build better? Like, what do I do that makes my builds look a bit better? And I think overall it's a lot of to do with what I've just done, planning. I mean, a lot of the time I don't plan and then things go wrong and it just gets a bit more frustrating, but in the end, I think this is a very important thing. Just planning out what you want to do exactly and having some sort of an idea of what you want the building to look like. So what we're doing now is we're just going up about, what, 4 or 5 blocks? 5 blocks, maybe 4 blocks above that? What is that? Yeah, 4 blocks above the ground. And we're just going to what we feel is a good thing. So we're doing that, and we're going to be building in the same style as what we've built that stuff there in. Yep, good. Yeah, kind of like what we've done there. And we're just going to make this all hopefully work. So the next step to doing this is obviously we would be putting on our frame. But I want to try something a little bit different, and we need a crafting table. Do we have any? I'm not going to use my oak. I think we've got a crafting table here. Yeah, perfect. All right, so what we want to do is we want to quickly make some stairs like that. Okay, guess not. There we go. Perfect. All right, and we want to just go on the top of that again. Please don't tell me the sun's going down. Good. I was going to say, I swear I just slept the night away. And we can just pillar ourselves up with a bit of dirt. So, the thing is, over here... Good, we managed to save that one. We just want to kind of rim this thing around. Like, make a little bit of a thing for it, you know what I mean? So, we'll go up here, we'll get rid of this block. When we're back on here again, there we go. And we'll get rid of that there. So, let's pop one of those there. And we'll do that. Do that. Alright, so this is pretty much what the plan is. You go around, you just sort of add in your frame to the build, and I think it just ends up finishing it off a little bit nicer when you have the frame anyway. It makes your life a lot easier, that's for sure. In fact, you can see I've already made an issue here, which is kind of good to get out the kinks. We just want to make this over here, so it's actually going to have to line up a bit more before it messes up. So let's do that. And just go around like that. So this is pretty much the way I build things in general. I first build up the basic frame, and then I kind of add in a bit of stuff. So I guess generic building 1 is what we can call this one. There's really nothing more to it. It's just going to be a stock standard building. Well, it's not actually stock standard as far as what we've built. In terms of the shape it's got, it's going to be a bit of a different shape to what we normally build, which is, it's going to be kind of fun, kind of interesting. I'm not too sure how the roof will turn out, because that's always the interesting one. You can try these weird shapes, and when you get to the top, you realize, oh man, this doesn't really work for the roof, but you got to have to make it work, and that's where you really challenge yourself. So I guess that's something we'll see how we go with. I'm sure it won't be too bad. So let's do that, and we'll do that there. Now another little bit of a tip, I guess if this is a tip giving episode, is I always build in odd numbers. Like, have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, if you include those. Everything is odd, and I don't like building in even numbers. It's very, very hard to get even numbers to look exactly like what you want the building to look like. It kind of, everything just doesn't work very well when things are even. So you're better off doing stuff odd, and you've got a little bit of room to play with. So let's do that there. And I think pretty much, yeah, we've just got this little bit of a run to do here. But yeah, that's pretty much my main message I could give you guys. Just build odd numbers. Your life will be so much easier if you build an odd number that's already saved the build. If anything will ever save the build, it'll be building in odd numbers. There we go. And there we go. Now, with this building, I didn't actually plan on it overhanging like this much. What do we have? Oh, 3 blocks. That's not too little to have on the have around there. Oh, check this out. I want to show you something which I've never noticed until just then. Is the last time I slept the night away. Have a look here. I went in, got into bed, and a new message comes up. Oh man, now we can actually sleep. I'll show you when we wake up here. So basically, you know when it used to always like spam your chat when you couldn't sleep? Now it just does this. And then nothing's in chat. How good is that? I love it because you don't get that stupid spammy chat. You can't sleep at night, you know, and you just... Actually, what happens when I just keep clicking? Just stays the same message. It's so much better. I like that. Wonder what other messages could have been changed in this update like that, which... I don't really think of any other messages that really spam chat as much, but that's definitely one that I think... Yeah, I think it's quite nice. It's quite a good thing. So let's go up here a bit more, and we will finish off this last little piece over here, and hopefully everything will be... Hopefully everything will look the way I hope it will eventually look. So there and there. And yeah, that's alright. Now, what I'm thinking, to just kind of spice things up even further, is probably not doing this full thing as like a full double story. You know what I mean? So, what I think we'll do is I think right around there. We'll go up one. Well, let's go 3, 4, and 5. We'll kind of, we don't really have enough of these, so we might just not do our side one just yet. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in line with those and just kind of see how this looks. There. Okay. Good. Good start. Let's hope this all comes together. We'll have to just put a block in there for now. We'll fix it up eventually. Oh wait, we don't have that on our fan, do we? 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 5. Okay, interesting. And oh man, we'll go up again, and again, and again. Good. I actually haven't used that shulker box just yet, which I really do want to use. I think it's probably something that I'm gonna forget to use. 2, 3, 4, and 5, just because I'm too used to using the normal old stuff. So there we go. We actually might just have just enough to finish off this thing. So we'll go around here, and you'll start to see that now that we've got this frame in, despite not having any walls or anything of that nature, everything kind of starts to pull together. You know what I mean? Like, things just start to kind of match up as soon as you got this frame, because you can see what you're actually more or less going to be doing. If I could just build frames, I would, really. They're actually fun. I enjoy doing frames. I enjoy seeing the way houses turn out. And the last one, yep, we're just going to make it. So yeah, I just love the way this like framing works. It works really well for the style that we build in it, I guess, and also in general for helping you build better. There we go. Good. All right. So, whoop, perfect. Let's have a look at that. We obviously gonna, I can't zoom, but we're obviously gonna have to add in a middle beam there. It's just not working quite as well with the big wide open bit, but that's what we come back here to see. So let's go over there now, and we might even be able to. Okay, that's good. Whatever. Hit ourselves. So yeah, we could add in the middle beam, and we've still got 3 blocks on either side to kind of work that out. I think that works quite well. Now let's quickly get onto the entrance part of this place. I'm thinking, because we don't have any entrance over here, actually, could we do it from this side here? Walk in there. Bam, walk in this place. No, I'm kind of thinking actually stairs up that way. So perhaps an entrance in here. That could kind of work just to break it up a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I think that could actually be good. I think we'll do that. Okay, so entrance and walls. So those are pretty much the next steps in general. If you haven't noticed, every time I build, that's pretty much the next thing that comes in. And what I'm thinking for this entrance is, well, at least the bottom level, the same as here. We're going to be doing some bone blocks. So I'm just going to fill this in with bone block. And I'll kind of do a little bit of detailing so you guys can see how I sort of detail these builds just in general. So I'll be back. Alright, so we're back here, and I've kind of just put in the bottom walls like I said I would, and I'm just going to kind of decorate this a little bit more. So what I normally do with the front entrance is I always put in, well, I most likely will put in one of these doors and put them in backwards with a little stair upside down like that. And I think that works really, really well just to kind of frame it off a little bit. And one thing I'm not a big fan of is when this, well, I mean, I sometimes do leave it, but sometimes I feel that it's just a bit better to leave that sort of separate, if you get what I mean, instead of having that white block at the top there, just to separate that out. And how is it already nighttime? We just slept. Man. So a few little things we could do to improve this would be just to add in a little bit of stuff like that, which is what people generally refer to as adding detail, just to make things look a little bit nicer, I guess. And aside from that, the rest of it will probably come in the form of a few bushes around here, and I've also got space over there for a few pots to put in some flowers, so maybe we can get rid of these. Make this ground look a little bit more groundy, like what it should look like that there. So just a few small things like that. Now what you can do is, well, I've just added around these little stairs around there. Let's quickly sleep this night away. Man, I'm always sleeping the night away. But yeah, what we can do with those stairs is they just kind of frame the build off a little bit nicer, I think. And just, I don't know, just improve things a lot more than what they were before, just to make a little thing. So let's go back there and check it out. Yeah, just like that. You can see what I mean. Just adding in a few things. And I'm thinking we might even try this little slab thing like what I did on that side. I think that looks pretty cool. So the next step will be obviously just doing this sort of thing. If we have enough. We don't have enough of those, no. We'll come back for that one. And where's my table? Get it now. There we go. And we will make a few more of these. So we'll just go in there. Whatever number comes, that's cool. Perfect, and we'll do that there. Great. Okay, so this should be enough for a few. And pretty much we'll just go around there, as I say, just adding in a few things. Now, when you get to an awkward shape like that where you would put that next to each other and it would just be connected, don't do it. Just kind of think about what your feel is. Do you want this to be kind of the edging of stuff? Do you want this to be the internal bits? I don't know. That's just kind of, these are just kind of things that go through my head. These are things that literally pop into my head. Do I want that to go around, or do I want it to just kind of be like that? And I want it to just be like that. You can even kind of do something along those lines there, but I'm not doing that. But that's just something. Alright, so there we go, and there we go. So pretty much, that's the main way that I build. Pretty much. That's just the generalized thing. The next step will be adding in a few of those things at the top, like what we've got over there. Kind of like that. We'll add those in at the top and then eventually do the roof. So for today, guys, I'm pretty much going to say that this is a build complete for today. It's what I wanted to do today, and I'm really glad that we've got this planned out so we can actually add these in. In fact, in 20 episodes, I think we'll get a lot more done than what I originally planned. So we might have to go do a few little projects that I've got planned. Which I think will be kind of good. I think will be kind of pretty awesome to get a few things done in areas that I haven't actually worked in a while. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you've got an idea for what the shop could be, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.